John Pennington. I'm the director of the Snohomish County, Washington Department of Emergency Management. Snohomish County is just south of the border and about 2 counties down, and 750,000 people, very large geographically, a lot of diversity, and some rural, some urban, home to Boeing, sort of the home to Boeing, but that's our county. March 22nd, or approximately 10:45, actually one giant landslide that came down in 2 different segments, 2 different time frames, took out the community of Oso, Washington, which is approximately, I would say, 35 miles northeast of Seattle, and really devastated the community. Instantly killed 43 individuals. It was a slide that was 600 feet deep and approximately 3 kilometers, a little under 3 kilometers long on each side. Tremendous velocity, and probably the most complex incident that I've ever dealt with in my 20 years of public service. And leadership really is the key element here. There are a lot of emergency management professionals with advanced degrees and technical specialists, but what it all really boils down to in the end for these complex incidents is leadership. For me, 3 of the things that I think are critical for this particular one was really obtaining, first and foremost, situational awareness as quickly as possible. In a lot of cases, it's just not possible because you have resources and assets that are responding, but obtaining situational awareness is really the foundation for developing situational leadership and situational decision-making. Without situational leadership, in essence, you're flying blind. And what I try to share with individuals is that half of that picture is better than no picture at all. So there's a point in time where situational awareness may just be half of what's happening or a quarter of what's happening, but obtaining something for the process of at least moving forward and beginning the process of making decisions becomes really instrumental to the potential success in that particular operation. So situational awareness is first. Second would be filling the vacuums in leadership. And as an emergency management professional, as a director, as someone who instructs and teaches this and preaches it, one of the things that I didn't really see as well as I thought I could have was that there are vacuums in leadership, and unless they are filled by individuals, then the leadership just creates wobbly legs underneath a table. So for emergency management professionals and those leaders, fill vacuums in leadership until someone tells you no, either an attorney or stands there, with a gun waving in your face saying, no, you're not supposed to do that. And there's the old cliche about asking for forgiveness later. And in so many ways with complex incidents, you have to lead until someone else who may have responsibility for that particular function stands and rises and says, oh, that's mine, so I'll take it from here. So leadership in a vacuum, filling those voids, or delegating others to lead where there are those voids. The third item is critically thinking and strategically thinking. Because in complex incidents, as much as you want to believe that you're able to strategically, critically think, to think forward, advanced, the domino theory, not just about dominoes 1, 2, and 3 that are falling or have fallen, but really look out to 12, 13, 15, domino 25, and what that will look like when it falls. To be able to critically and strategically think is instrumental to success. And the leadership that's required there is to theoretically take the time to pull to the side, eliminate the communication tools, eliminate the white noise that's around you, to surround yourself with people that you trust and think, that you trust and can think alike with, and to come up with really the strategic process for moving forward. A lot of times in emergency operation centers, you will have large-scale disasters that require a policy group to stand up, the emergency operations center to be activated, incident management teams that are on scene to be acting in their capacity very tactically. And there's no time, because you're so reactionary, for strategic thinking. So one of the lessons that we learned very quickly was to pull to the side, drop the electronics, and pull together maybe a think tank group whose job is specifically to strategically think for the leadership of an emergency operations center or the disaster in general, to get their arms around what is it that we face, how do we move forward, what does this really look like, and to do it with a cup of coffee, with no phones ringing, no cell, no television, no radio, and really examine what you are facing and critically think about how you address the issues that you face. Yeah, it's that, in 25 plus disasters and emergencies that I've dealt with, you think you've seen it all, and then there's that moment at 10:45 on some odd Saturday where the little red light blinks on that phone, and it's a message from a duty officer or from a dispatch or from whoever that throws everything that you've thought and trained for and believe you're able to address out the window completely. And it requires substantial leadership that you may not even have the authority for. It may just be a matter of, I have to rise to this occasion and lead, and hope that training and all of the theories and philosophies come into play and it forms at the end. So I think my greatest concluding point here is never let leadership lie around. If there is no leadership, take it and run with it, and eventually someone is going to tell you, okay, I see what you're doing, and they're going to come along. So just continue to lead, and I think human nature and the human heart and spirit and the resources that we do have will overcome just about any incident.